Hey everybody, this is X Reacts and welcome to my very first reaction video. Today am going to be doing all 26 openings of Fairy Tail. This is a show I recently got into and I cannot get enough of this show. I love it. I love the characters. I love the story. I love everything about it. And I wish I realized that reaction videos were a thing for this opening. I've seen a few, but I never went past where I was currently in the show. So if you are familiar with the show, I am at the point in the show where Tenro Island just occurred, the 7-year gap has just occurred, and the main characters have just returned from that time lapse. So at that point, I stopped and I was like, I got to do a reaction at this point. So if you are watching this, thank you so much, and please give it a like if you enjoy what you see. I will be sharing a few of my some favorite moments of the arc during these first few openings I've seen before. Trying to share some memories as well of these reactions when I first saw them, and then come episode or not episode, but come opening 10 or 11, it then will be for moving forward a blind reaction. I've not seen any of these openings after that point. I don't know anything about the story or what happens with these characters. So I am very eager to find out. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh, and this is such a great one. Like, you can't get enough of this first opening, um, the Snow Fairy song. This is so great. This really introduces you to the characters, the whole premise of the show. And I remember not really knowing anything about the show when I first started it. No idea what to expect. I maybe seen a few pictures online of some of these characters. I didn't know anyone's name. I didn't know anything else about what was going on. But very quickly they established some, the main cast, what they kind of do in the show, and it's really good. And this opening just really emphasizes all of that very well, in my opinion. So this is a great one. This is one of my favorites. I love this opening. Yeah, it's so good. One thing I love more than anything, guys, with Fairy Tail is, because not every show does this, is that they'll have a villain or they'll have some kind of side character, and then let's say for a villain, for example, they'll have a villain and then they'll do battle, they'll get defeated, the villain comes back, they maybe now they're good, or the story continues with these characters, even the bad guys, and you learn more about them and what happens next after the whole where they ever try to win and everything. So I just love that. I love that about these the characters. Like, they build their characters so well in this show. And here's opening 2. Yeah, this is another great one. So now these 4 are the 5, if you count Happy, are the main cast, main characters. And this arc itself I loved because it really shows you so much of the the organization itself. I believe this is the arc where, I think you see it in this opening, where their house gets destroyed, I think, in a moment, if I remember correctly. And so from that moment, you learn so much more about all these characters. You learn so much more about just everything that's involved with them, and you learn to love these characters, and it's so great. Oh, and then I saw a little young Lasana there, and I love Lasana. Lasana's great. This moment in the arc was when they present what happened to her, and they Mary Jane and her brother, and the dynamic there was amazing. And there's Gajiel. Gajiel's another great villain who kind of stays with the show, and you kind of see him grow throughout the show, which I love. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan and Dragon Ball fan and everything, so he always, when I first saw this, reminded me of more of like the Vegeta dynamic and Natsu with Goku. So I don't know if anyone else thought of that, but that's kind of how I feel. And there's a bunch of characters right there. That's great. So, oh my gosh. Now this one, opening 3, this one is just lit. Like, I can't get enough of the song. Like, I love it. It's so great. This is like getting you pumped. And this was my absolute favorite opening song for so long. And I remember after this one, like when it goes to the next one, I was like, man, this next one's great, but I like this one more. I didn't want it to go. So I was sad that this one ended when it did. But this is such a great arc. You get Juvia introduced here. Juvia is one of my absolute favorite characters, probably top 5 favorite characters. she's so great, and you learn more about Lucy's dad there, and the keys and the spirits and Urza's history, and it's so good. And there's a shot coming up in this opening I absolutely love. I remember watching this for the first time and seeing that owl guy, the owl head man right there, and I was like, what the heck is that? But it was pretty cool. Again, the villains are great in this show, all the villains. Yeah, and this battle here was great. Like that shot I love right there, the wide shot of them clashing. So good, so good. I love it. And there's Juvia. Juvia and Gray, I cannot get enough of them. They're hilarious to me, and I love their dynamic. I love everything every time they interact. I love everything about it. But yeah, this was my absolute favorite. This is my current favorite, number 3. And now we're moving on to 4. And 4 is another great one because this is, I believe this introduces more specifically the Thunder Legion with Loxus. Loxus, they teased him in the openings, and they kind of talked about him a little bit early on in the show, and how he's this like super powerful member of their guild. But you didn't know much about him, and then he finally comes in this arc, and he's like a bad guy, and he's like, whoa, like, and he just is trying to take over basically. And I remember thinking, like, man, Loxus is like, you instantly hated him. You, like, at least for me, like, I hated that guy. I thought he was like the worst. But moving forward, knowing what happens a little bit in the future, like, it's really cool to see him come back, and it's really cool to see how he's changing and how he's growing. I don't know what happens after the point I'm on, but at the island when he comes back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was like such a great moment. So yeah, this is so cool, like this whole battle, and like where they make the Thunder Legion makes the characters all kind of like battle each other, so you kind of get like a who's the best of the best type of deal. So you learn about Mary Jane's powers. That was such a great moment with that, holding that up in that moment of the episode. That was so cool. It was like so touching. And there's the boy Loxus, and now you can see Gajiel in this moment. So when I saw this opening, I was like, okay, so he's really part of the team now, and he's really helping out. So moving on to number 5, there's our girl Wendy. This one was a great arc because you can see it expands even more beyond Fairy Tail. It expands to all these other organizations, and it was so cool. It was really cool to see all of them come together, all these different factions come together. So you have the Fairy Tail faction here. You got this one, which has, I love that it had the guy who's kind of like the unofficial brother of Gray, who kind of comes back, and you learn more about him and what happened to him since their flashback of their childhood. It also had that the pink-haired girl, I forget her name at the moment, but she was a villain early on in the show, and now she's kind of back and she's helping them. So kind of like what I said before, Raishan Seish characters, villains, they were great villains. I love that shot right there with the two of them. Yeah, this is so, and then, oh my gosh, that guy with the, I forget his name, you had, like Philip, I think Philip, and he just kind of like, it was so cool with him. Like, I can't even express in words, like, the connection with he's like, oh, I'm searching for my brother, and then towards the end of the arc, you learn who his brother is, and I was like, oh, wait, it's that guy from the other season earlier on in the show. I was like, oh, we know who that is, and it was such a cool moment. So I love that. Now this one, oh my gosh, opening 6. This one, I think, maybe took first place for me and finally beat the third opening song. This song with the drums and everything, I just cannot get enough of it. It's so great. It's just so good. I get grooving every time. It's really cool. So learn more about Wendy, more about her, what happened to her when she's younger. Still got the villains, Raishan Seish. Love Urza's outfit here. It's a really cool outfit. I can't remember if she ever went back to it after that. And then this guy, this Parfum guy, blank on his name too. I'm nervous, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just so nervous. This is my first reaction video, so I'm trying to remember everyone's name, and sorry if I forget. I love the show, but I'm just a little nervous, so bear with me, guys. But yeah, this is a great arc. I love this arc. Everything about it, just the battling with the Rashan Safes. Master Zero here, I believe his name was. Yeah, it's so cool. Like, this is a great opening. I love the song. Like, it's probably my favorite opening song. Maybe the third one. It's a tie right now, I think. I can't pick out of those two. It's so good. Yeah, I love that one. Now this is where the show gets a little wild with the Daedalus, world of Daedalus, and you learn a lot about what happens basically in like another reality. And so you have different versions of these same characters you got to know. And it was so cool to kind of see the comparison and the dynamic there. I loved it. And I love this arc too. The whole show so far I've seen, everything about it is great. Oh, and Gildarts, man. Gildarts is so cool. They reference him. I think that first episode that he came in, I was like, man, this guy is going to be like he's going to be like a villain. He's going to be like a Loxus storyline where he kind of comes in, he's all powerful, and he wasn't. He kind of came in and he was like a genuinely nice guy. And so I thought that was really cool that they kind of switched that up. But Gildarts is great. The whole Mystigan arc here is great. That fist pumping guy, it just cracked me up when they were all doing it at the end of that arc. If you guys have seen it, it was hilarious to me. I loved it. But yeah, that fist pumping cat one cracks me up. And this whole battle, like this battle in this arc, was amazing. Like, you have the whole crew here of Daedalus. You got everyone teaming up. Lysana's version, Daedalus Lysana, and what happens there. I won't spoil it if you get there. But oh my god, that was like amazing. That scene. If you guys have seen the show, that scene with the what is it? The gravesite. Blanked on that word. I'm sorry. But yeah, that whole thing where it's like Mary Jane and the brother and Lysana, and like, oh my gosh, it was like, and the rain, and it was just, everyone else was watching. It was so touching, so amazing. And this song, now for opening 8, this one blew me away right here. It's just, there we go, and it just kicks it up like to 11. It's so good. This one, it took me, I will admit, guys, this opening song took me maybe like 2 or 3 times of episodes to kind of like, whoa, this is actually really cool. The very first time I heard it, I was like, this is so different. It's so different than all the others. And it was kind of threw me off a little bit. So it took me a couple episodes to kind of say like, oh, okay, actually, yeah, this is great. Like, this is like awesome one. And this whole arc, this is kind of, I think, wrapping up the Daedalus arc, and yeah, Mystigan there, and it's so great. I love it. Great. I love this song. I love how it ends too. It just kind of ends so abruptly, just the way it came in. Everything about this opening is so different. And there we go. It's over. Oh, and that piano, man. I love the piano here, the fast piano. This is the island arc. This is kind of getting close to where I left off. But this is a great arc here. I love this arc. I love just the competition they started to have with each other, and then it all kind of blows up in their face. But I love how it starts off, just, the whole premise of why they're going to the island. And Kana here. Kana gets brought in more of like as the main, she was a side character since day 1, episode 1, and now she really gets to shine in this arc. And her connection with Gildarts is so touching and amazing. I can't get enough of that. That was a great moment when that finally all got revealed. I won't spoil it again in case you have not seen it, but there's a cool moment there with those two. Oh, and the old master here, and all these villains, guys, are so cool. Now, I feel like she is going to be back, that pink-haired girl. I'm blanking on her name, but she was a villain, and she kind of gets reformed a little bit with Juvia. And so I haven't seen the episodes, what happens next with her, but I think that she is going to be sticking around, maybe even joining Fairy Tail and seeing how that goes. That's my guess. That's my guess, at least. So. And you get the main characters on the island here, all coming together. That's another great song, great opening. This is opening 10. I believe this is where I left off. Let's hope. This is my the wife seen this one, but after this opening, it's blind to me. I've not seen anything, so we are going to journey through that together. Okay. And so I remember watching this opening and seeing, okay, who's this kid? Who's this kid? And I kept waiting for him to come up because these openings always tease a little bit about what happens in the arc of the episode. So I was kind of saying, okay, this kid's going to come in at some point, and they're really showing him off. So he's going to be some kind of main character here. And I think the last episode I saw, then he finally appeared. He's like somebody's son. But I kept waiting for him to show up somehow. I was like, who is this guy? And he looked like Natsu. So the whole thing here, and oh my gosh, this battle here, guys, when it starts off in the actual episode, it was like amazing when all of them together are attacking the old master, and like they're just kind of going off each other with their attacks. It was so cool. Like that shot right there where they're all charging at him and they all just get him, and you think they get him right away, but it was so cool. Now this girl here with the little feather head, I don't know who that is. I can't. She connected with that dragon on the island, but I don't know who that is yet, guys. I'm sorry. Now this is all new here. This is brand new stuff. So here we go. Good so far. I'm digging it. All right, got our Panther Lily and our friends there. Natsu. There's our main crew. So there's everyone from the island, basically. Yep, there they all are. Oh, there's a new guy. I don't know who that is. I don't know what that thing is. Oh, okay, another new character, whoever this girl is. Was that? Oh, I don't know what that was either. This is giving me a lot of vibes of that one with the opening with the drums. This has a lot of similar rhythm. Oh my God, there's so much happening. All these characters. Some I recognize from the older version, but some I don't. And there's the dad. They're all running. Pyramid in the sky. That looked cool. And then I don't know what this is. It looks like, almost looks like a key to me, like one of Lucy's keys. Reminds me of that. Ooh, flying pirate ship. That's cool. Clock in the sky. Digging this song too. Cool, cool. Everything. Digging it, digging it. Well, there's that girl again. So she's connected with Lucy somehow. Okay. Old. I don't know if that could be the mom, right? Was it? That's a Rashion Seis again? Those same characters? That's what I'm talking about, guys. How the villains get brought back. I love that. I love how the villains come back, and then you get to do more with them. You get to either they're evil again, or they're switching sides, and all that kind of stuff going on. So. No idea what's going on right now. There's that girl. I cannot recognize that girl, so I feel like she's around, but I can't place her. I don't know if she's new or not. Guild Arts. I can't remember that girl either. I don't know who that is. I'm blanking on her. Can't remember if she's new or if she was maybe in like a background scene earlier in the show that they haven't kind of brought up to the fold yet. Okay, that's definitely different. This is opening 13. Looks like a celebration. Like some kind of arena. Digging the song. Well, that's their new outfits. Blue Pegasus. Oh, those guys are back now. Forgot their name. Wait, is that? Wait, Loxus. I saw Juvia. I saw. Like, why are they? I don't know. I'm very confused on why those guys are in a different faction and not like Gajil there. Like, are they all? They're not in Fairy Tail. I'm very confused now. I can't imagine them actually leaving Fairy Tail, but maybe something happened where they joined their own little club. Oh, Mystigan's back somehow. Oh, there you go. There. There's that girl again from the dragon on the island. So there's got to be something going on with her. She's going to be coming back. So they're basically their team. Their team. We're just going to pick up, I bet. Oh, I don't recognize these guys here. I'm very confused. I saw Mystigan. Yeah, there he is again. I'm very confused if that's our version or if that's Edelis's version that somehow came back. I don't know. Very confused. Wendy. More villains, it looks like. There's Loxus. I feel like Loxus is one of the biggest turnaround characters. You like I said in the earlier, you would hate him right away, and now it seems like he is grown on everybody, and everyone's going to be rooting for him and loving him. And there's that symbol again. Something happened there. Everyone's crying. Oh my gosh. This is like crazy. I can't even understand what's going on here. If they're fighting, who's fighting who, and like it's a lot's going on. I think. Something crazy happened. Everything's like destroyed. Digging the song, but whoa! Even the logo, even the logo is different. It's like darker and more red and black and evil. Tears being shed. Some crazy looking characters here. Digging the song. It's kind of upbeat. So many new characters. Oh my gosh, I can't even make sense of all this. Looks really cool. Loxus again. There's the crew. Juvia. Love Juvia. Pumpkin Man. Oh, does that dragon come back and destroy everything? Everyone's looking sad here. Like, I don't get it. All right, so that was opening 15, it looks like. Moving on to 16. Yeah, that's Lucy, okay. This is very, like, hard rock-ish. Very different again. This is, like, one of those, like, Rock City Boy types, like, so different than everything else. More new characters here. I'm recognizing some of these, but these two on the end, I don't recognize those two guys. They must be new. Must have been brought in. They look like Juvia. With her hair down. There's all her spirits. So I'm assuming this happens with Lucy's spirits. Like, she's slowly in the process of getting all the Zodiac spirits, celestial spirits. So I'm assuming at one point she gets all 12, and then something might happen when she has them all, or like I think where I'm at in the show, she has maybe like 6 or 7. I can't remember, but she has quite a few. She gets a little bit every arc. And who's that? That looked like Lucy to me. That one feather. That one girl I can't place. She was all lit up, and everyone else was in dark. That was interesting. Okay, there we go. Digging this one. So this new logo is supposed to just be the way it is now. It's like darker red. It looks very different. So whatever must have happened, it seems to be resolved now. They're all back at their headquarters. Okay, so maybe these main characters went on their own journey. Now they returned, and now something new will happen. Is what I'm guessing. Natsu, he's looking cool. Happy and crew. Loki. There's all okay. So there's the key. So maybe in this arc, maybe Lucy gets all the Zodiac keys. And something's going to happen with that. Something usually happens when you collect everything. I'm thinking of Infinity Stones here. There's Gray. Well, that's kind of cool with the ice shields there. Urza. Wendy. So just kind of showing the main cast front and center. A few new faces again to me. I don't recognize those guys. It's hard to tell all this. Okay. Moving on. I do love how everyone has that logo. Like that's kind of like their representation. And I do love too that how they all get to kind of put it wherever they are. It is on their body is different than everyone else's, so it's kind of unique to their own personality. Confused at seeing what I'm seeing here. It was like a mafia looking crew. I saw Panther Lily all with like a suit. And there's that girl. She's important. All right, the Parfum guys are back. Still being kicked around by Urza. Juvia. Doesn't look... Gray's old master there. Oh, I'm liking this song. This is a good one. Lots of action and battle. Kana's back. Loxus. I do those two. I forget their names, but I love that how the characters came, 7 years later from where I am in the show. I love that they got them to be married or hooked up now, because that's how it was in their Edalus versions of themselves. They, and they kind of always teased it prior, and then they were together in Edalus, and so now they're together here too. So I thought that was really cool. Okay, well that was definitely interesting, to say the least. It's the dragon. So, in the early on parts of the show, he talks how the dragons have all left the world, like 7 years before the beginning of the show, and he's still, I'm assuming at this point, still trying to find those dragons, or at least his personal dragon that he was raised by. So I'm very curious to see if that happens, or I'm assuming it will at some point. So what's going to happen with all that? Someone from Gray's past, it looks like, is back. Bunch of new characters I don't recognize. So Loxus, I remember when Loxus first came on, and he wanted to be like the new master and take over Fairy Tail, and there's a Rashan Sace again, so they're back. What the heck is that? Like broccoli? Or no, it's like a tree head, man. So much is going on. Whoa. So much is going on. I forgot what I was saying before. Oh, Loxus. I remember Loxus. He wanted to become the new master, and like that first arc where he was introduced, I was like, no way at all. You're a horrible person. But now, and I'm only at the start of his return, but I could see him actually becoming a new master and leading Fairy Tail the way he was, I think, originally supposed to in the eyes of Makarov. Cube in the sky, looks like. Digging this in, this opening. However, I don't think you can go wrong with Fairy Tail opening. They're all great. Ooh, there's a dragon. And that other guy from the island, the main villain that like they've been trying to resurrect or get back for so long. Reshinsei is back again, it looks like. That's a weird looking guy. Fighting Juvia. It's our crew. Well, that armor looked like Frieza. It reminds me of Frieza armor. Whoever was fighting Urza there. Some pink-haired girl I don't recognize. Yeah, him. So like they presented him as like this big villain, and then when he finally shows up on the island, it's like he's not so bad. He has this power to be bad, but he doesn't want it. He doesn't want to be evil. So I'm very curious to see what happens there. More tears. Uh-oh. Grace crying too. Never a good sign when characters are crying, the main characters. Bad stuff happens. But yeah, you cannot go wrong with a Fairy Tail opening song. All the songs are just so great. So these, I don't know who that guy is, or this guy. Is that Juvia? I'm very confused here. Is that why they were crying? I like, I hope. Okay, there's Lucy. I was like, wait, are all these? If anyone dies, like those main characters, I feel like they're gonna be brought back somehow because they're part of the show. Like too much part of the show. You can't just kill them off and be done. So they'll be back if anything happens. But like, I'm wondering if that's maybe what's going on here. Like they're full of tears, something bad happened, and now they got him back through some kind of magic. Maybe this book, if I had to guess. I don't know who that is, though. Looking at that book, I don't recognize the back. It's 22, opening 22. 0. Now, I will admit, guys, I heard about 0. I heard that it's like a prequel to the original beginning of the show. So I'm assuming that's true. And now I am going to, when I get to this point, it seems like it's far away from where I am now. But when I get to this point, I guess I'm going to be expecting younger versions of some of these characters I know. I'm going to say, okay, looks like Loxus there. Young Loxus. There's the old master. Hades, I believe. Yeah, Hades. Before he got a big long white beard. That guy hasn't aged at all. This girl hasn't aged at all. So there's something important with them. Whoa, so much going on there. Love those transitions though. Digging the song. Creepy looking guy there. Is that a real fairy? Do fairies have tails? Nobody knows, and that's part of the adventure. All right, that was definitely interesting. I'm very curious to see how that arc goes with everything else, and how they kind of bridge some gaps and everything like that. I'm excited to get to that point. main crew. Ooh, I'm digging this. I like this little thing there. Some girl dancing. Of course, he's there and getting kicked again. Most of those characters there I recognize. Most of these guys I recognize. Thunder Legion. Whoa, look at that beard. I think he looks better with the beard, I gotta admit, guys. So is he gonna finally battle that villain? Well, I like this song a lot. This is a really great one. Very catchy. It's got a good beat and you can dance to it, right? So I know the whole premise of this show, they tease Natsu and Lucy, their kind of flirtation a little bit. And so I'm curious if they actually do ever get together at some point or not, or if it's just always a tease. Showing that ending there makes me think, okay, like maybe by this point something happens there. It's a cool looking sword that Urza had. Another great opening, good beat. Makarov's keeping the beard. Those are creepy looking guys there. Oh, this is another great one. I'm digging this song. So many characters. There's that tree head man again. Rashion Sace. But all these other guys, I can't even fathom who they are. They're all captured. Well, that guy's back. Gray's brother, even though he's not officially his brother, but it's like some drama's going down there. Still those dragon teases. That was good. I like that one. Liking this, the woes. Liking the woes a lot in the song. It's like a punk rock one a little bit. Another very different than the rest type of song. Digging it though. I love it. It's great. Everyone's great. Everything is great. So much is happening here. I can't even imagine what's going on right now. Cool looking characters though. I'm going to say I'm happy to still see Makarov around. I feel like they've been teasing his death for so long, and I'm glad that he doesn't actually die, because I keep thinking like, okay, he's going to die here, and then Loxus will be forced to take over, but now he'll be good, and everyone will be happy with that decision. But no, and then he survived the island too, so I'm like so confused. But I feel like they keep teasing his departure of the show. Like he would be one character I could say, okay, if he died, I could see them moving on, and he'll be gone. But they're like all these other main characters, like no, they can't kill him off, or they can't do anything like that. I think this is our last opening. So this is going to be like the end of the show. I'm trying to think of that. This guy's still around. The black-haired guy from the island. I forget his name. He's the main guy that everyone's trying to resurrect. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm blanking on his name. I feel like I should know it, but oh well. Uh-oh. Does he die now? Makarov die now? So I'm being held by Loxus. I could see that happening because this is like the end of the show, right? This is like the final opening. Some cool looking villains there. Dragons are coming back, maybe? That was creepy. Is that's Gildarts with long hair, it looks like. They look really cool. Kana. Old Master. They keep showing her. I wonder if she's gonna like somehow come back, or if they just keep showing flashbacks of her from learning more about her past and what happened with Gray. So much. Oh, I'm speechless. I'm very speechless. Creepy looking guy. Spirit Bomb. That reminded me of the Spirit Bomb. Another fairy. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up our 26 openings of Fairy Tail. So thank you for hanging out with me this long. If you are still watching, hopefully you enjoyed what you see. If you do, again, give it a like. If you did, I loved what I saw. I can't wait to get through the episodes and see what this all means and what all these characters are all about. Once I get done with the show, I'm going to try and rock through it and powerhouse through it. But once I get done with it, I am maybe, if you like the idea, so I'm going to be looking for some feedback here, but I might go through and try and maybe rank all 26 openings from best to least favorite. And I might make a video about that and do that. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Hang out with me. Please share your comments, share your thoughts. Love to hear what you think about this. So if you enjoy what you saw, I might do some more reaction videos coming up. So let me know. Thanks again. Have a great day.